Hey, it's Michael J, and this year marks my 10th anniversary making YouTube videos, and so I thought I'd do a retrospective of the past 10 years of what my channel's been all about. And when I first started, I was inspired by other YouTubers, and I thought, oh, this is fun, I should be creative with this. And I had iMovie on my MacBook Pro, and if that's what it was called then, I don't think so. That's the newer name. But I have a Mac laptop, and there was iMovie on it, and I thought, well, I could put the video into this and start playing with the editing functions and see what I could come up with. Well, I started with this little Sony camera, which is this great little pocket point-and-shoot camera that took great pictures, but I realized there's a video function on this, and so I started using that. Now, the quality isn't so great. So my first 3 years, which is when I was using this, the video wasn't great. But when I moved to California, I wanted to make little documentaries about the productions I was doing because I became a theater arts teacher. And so I upgraded to this camera, which one of my fellow YouTubers suggested in one of their videos, and so I took a look at it. It's also Sony, and it's been really great. It's the same kind of camera that is filming me right now. This one, after a few years, the automatic focus stopped working, and so I thought, I love this camera. I'm just going to replace it. The warranty was out and stuff, so I'm still using this camera basically, a new one, and it's been working fine, so I really like it. Who knows, maybe if this one goes, I'll upgrade to something different, but for now it's really been working for me. So anyway, let's get into the video and show you the past 10 years of what I've been up to on YouTube. My early videos were made when I lived in New York City. My intros were mostly done in front of an Art Deco style screen that I had made. This was when I lived in my second New York apartment in Astoria, Queens, a basement apartment not far from the Kaufman Astoria movie studio. My first video was me describing my favorite Playbill Theater program covers. The experiment behind this was to play with all of the iMovie editing functions. I quickly latched onto a few different concepts or regular topics that reoccurred depending on my whims. There was Retro Time, which was a way of presenting my old family Super 8 movies that I had digitalized. Also, my brother and I had a hobby as teenagers making narrative films and simple animations.
Bill or app?
Sure. Check your oil?
No thanks.
So I packaged those as a series called Super 8 Home Movies. Another series used old VHS tapes of my past theater productions called Backstage because I had some interesting behind-the-scenes video. My main endeavor was the neighborhood tour video. I would explore different New York neighborhoods, and often my friends would make regular appearances. I'm glad I did those particular videos because they chronicle my life in New York. Also, I did a few day-in-the-life type of videos that just follow my adventures for that day and show what life in New York was like for me then. One of my early videos, which became very popular and is still my second most viewed video of all time, was a then and now exploration of the 1964 World's Fairgrounds. This topic appeals to a wide audience obsessed with that particular fair. I don't monetize my videos because I so often want to use film clips or music from commercial sources, so making money from pop-up ads isn't an option for those videos. Generally, when you see a pop-up ad during my videos, the ad revenue is going to the copyright owners of the film clip or music used in the video. I'm happy with this aspect as I am allowed to make the video as I want it to be, and the owners of the commercial material benefit from it. That said, I've never been concerned with gaining subscribers or how many views each video gets, but it ranges from under 100 views to several million, depending on the topic of the video. My number one video, which I posted in December 2018, was about pre-code Hollywood movies. It was just a montage of interesting and funny moments from early 1930s movies, and at first it got about 200 views and then stopped at that number until 2020, when all of a sudden, overnight, it jumped to 900 views, and I gained a whole bunch of new subscribers. Someone must have shared it to the right venue for fans of pre-code movies to see it. It remains my top viewed video at over 3 million views. This kind of classic Hollywood film montage video has been the most popular. In 2014, I moved to Sacramento, California to start a new chapter in theater education. So I lost my New York playground, but I gained a new focus on little documentaries showing the process of creating each production I do with my students. These only seem to be viewed by people directly associated with those productions, say an average of 300 or so views. But I keep making them because it's a nice chronicle of the work I'm doing and means something to the people involved. In between productions, I like to make short documentaries about pop culture subjects that I'm interested in or curious about. One of my most popular is about Gilbert Adrian, the MGM costume designer who designed The Wizard of Oz, among his several hundred credits. I made this little documentary because there really isn't that much out there about him, though there are 2 books of note, but he really deserves a major documentary exploration. The great Hollywood design people deserve some attention. That subject would make a great series. TCM should get on top of that. Another documentary doing well that I'm very happy with is about the carnival and amusement park dark rides. I gave a little history of this type of ride, and I also made several trips around California to do point-of-view videos of dark rides, from the State Fair to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk to Disneyland.
Come on, everybody, here we go! Off to Neverland!
A few other short documentaries that I'm very happy with include The History of Santa Claus, which gets a boost of views every December, All About Peter Pan, which chronicles the character from stage to screen through the years, and 2 videos about gay actors from the 1930s, David Manners and Ross Alexander, who both have really interesting stories. One video that took a lot of time and effort was covering all the film locations of the Alfred Hitchcock film Vertigo. It was fun to do it, but I was surprised to find out that many YouTubers have tackled this subject before me. And here I thought I was doing something so new. Oh well, I like how it turned out, and my particular take on this topic has some unique attributes. I've done a lot of excursion train videos because I'm nostalgic for train travel. I traveled on trains when I lived on the East Coast all the time, but in California it's not so prominent. Still, there's a number of interesting short train excursions around California, and Sacramento has a wonderful train museum. I love to visit old movie palaces. I made a neat video about the dead movie theaters around Upper Broadway in New York, but now in California, there are quite a number of old movie palaces in operation to visit and enjoy, and so I like to highlight those grand old places on my channel. Every now and then, when a star performer I love passes away, I'll make a short in-memorial video to celebrate their life. A recent video about Disney actor Tommy Kirk has received a lot of appreciation. I just follow my interests and my sense of creativity and post what I like. YouTube reaches a lot of people. This is a great platform for you. Really? Sure. My channel seems to boil down to a focus on classic film, theater, and a little bit of my travels through life. I'm in the middle of it all. We're about 2 weeks in, and I'm doing pretty well so far. I'm up in the tech booth because we're doing light focus right now. But I've got a long way to go. Thanks for watching. And maybe they're still around, but there was a competing program around 2000 called Stage Bill. And some of the shows, a lot of off-Broadway shows, use Stage Bill instead of Playbill. And I was ushering at Studio 54 when I first came to New York as an usher and the musical Cabaret was running, and I did that for a year. And people would complain that it wasn't a playbill, that it was a stage bill.